What up, though, y'all? How y'all living? Man, I was checking Anton Daniels out as usual, and I saw this and it caught my attention. I don't know what to say about this. I found some other videos from this dude, but we just gonna check this one out right now. You know, let's just, we just go holler at this one. And you tell me what you think.
Algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Yo, to think that a man is willing to take on a bunch of other men's kids is
Mm,
wild, or another man's kids is wild.
mm.
Marrying a woman that had 4 children previously is absolutely insane. And you
It's a hard fight. It's a hard fight. And the number one thing people talk about when you're talking about women with kids and things like that, it ain't the kids. It's not the kids. It's what type of woman are you to have kids this many, and either the dad or none of the dads wanted to stick around. And what people don't want to acknowledge is it's very hard for a father to leave. Not to say fathers haven't left, but the threshold for a father to leave is not a low one. So when you got missing fathers, it's either one, you knew this person was not father material and you put him in that situation, or y'all put each other in that situation. Well, you, because women control access to sex and women control, you know, it's either that or you pushed him away. Now, speaking from a father's perspective, I can tell you, I've had real attempts on being pushed away from my kids. This is real life shit. But so it becomes less about the kids and more like what type of person are you? What's your mentality? And that becomes the problem. The kids are just an indicator to something may be off with your mentality. I just wanted to throw that in there.
know me, I'm never going to advocate for somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. With that being said, I think that it's a good and a bad in this. The good is that we get to save a family. The bad is that we actually make this or use this as an example, as the blueprint of what we're supposed to do in a community, and that's not what we should be doing.
See, and this is where Anton's right there, but this is where I disagree. I can help you a whole lot more by not obligating myself to your situation. Like, for example, if I meet a girl and she got 4 kids and she divorced, let's just say she got one baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? She divorced or they separated, whatever the case may be. Then I could, and I like her, I fucks with her. I could do a lot more for her being my independent self than I could trying to fill the role of somebody else's movie. I could produce a whole new movie for you. Why would I want to fall into the role that someone else couldn't play? You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, if the way y'all was shooting this movie didn't work for that actor, why would we want to take that same expectation and put it on a better actor? At this point, we just destroying people. And that's the mentality that some of these women have. A dude could fully love them, want to help them, take care of them, look out for them, but they want him to come stand in that position. They're going to want him to give up his house and move in with them. They're going to want him to put himself in an unstable situation, which is going to produce more malarkey. And fellas, you need to quit doing this shit. Say no. And if she don't understand that no, that means she don't love you anyway, which means you just saved yourself.
I believe that we should be encouraging people to go back to the child's fathers or mothers. That you should, at the very least, all right, if you guys decide after the children gets grown or graduate high school that you guys want to separate and do your own thing, I'm all for it. But I just believe that children are a major responsibility, and that responsibility primarily lies with the biological mother and the biological father. So whatever it is that y'all need to figure out to do, make it work. But with that being said, and I do believe that this is a bad example to set for the precedents, because proactively now we're teaching people that it's okay to break up your family. It's okay to go on. It's okay. You're going to find somebody else. They're going to go ahead and get into it, and it gets messy.
Now, he is absolutely positively right. And to be honest with you, and this goes for men and women, if a dude not willing to make it work with the person he created kids with, or not willing to try, then that says a lot about him. Same as a woman. But this is exactly what we're doing. And then like that's just with the Cardi B situation or the Cash Doll situation. You tell these women that they upgraded by breaking up their family. You tell these women they upgraded by downgrading or denigrating the man that they made kids with. Because make no mistake about it, none of these ladies was virgins. So when you sit there and you diss the dude who saw value in you enough to produce offspring and to marry you and to be holding hands with you publicly, and you say that some dude that's just fucking you is an upgrade from your kid's father, what type of damage you think that's doing to the kids? But we live in a society where that has become commonplace. And it don't even matter how the kid feel. It don't even matter how that affect the kid that you telling him or her that they daddy ain't shit and they daddy put you on. They daddy was rocking with you when nobody else was. When your teeth was bad. When your body was bald. That's bogus, man.
It's super messy, and I want to hear what he got to say, and I'm about to come back to him. But it does get messy, and I think that inherently the children are always going to want to know who it is that fathered them, who it is that is their biological parents, and why they are in this situation in the first place. And the reason I don't say who their mother is because we know overwhelmingly the mother is the one that then gets the control by default, and you just got to really just be a POS mother. You got to be the worst of the worst, piece of trash, not doing anything that you're supposed to do, to not be able to get control of the child, especially initially.
And that shit need to change. That need to change like a baby's diaper, man. Cause just cause you birth somebody don't mean you know or you doing what's best of them. And a lot of women being controlled by their feelings. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a conversation about that a little bit later.
You really just got to be a sack of shit. So, with that being said, for somebody to then come in and you meet, I don't even know how you meet somebody like that. Like, how do you meet somebody and then they say, you know what? I have 4 children, possibly by more than one person, but let's just assume
Anton, they don't say that. They don't say that. They ask you a million questions. They make you feel off balance. You been and told a motherfucker your life story before you find out. They got 4 kids by 5 different niggas. Cause when a chick got that many kids and different baby daddies, it's always one or two. I mean, not one or two. It's always 2 or 3 niggas thinking one of them chick kids is all 3 is, always. Never fails. Now I know there's some women out there that's gonna be mad. Why know you always? But it be true though. Can't hate me for being honest.
the best case scenario, because I don't know him and I'm just using this as an example to illustrate a point. I have 4 children by somebody else, and I would love for you to come in. And when you come in, you're going to have to understand that you accepting us as a package deal.
Nigga, that ain't how they say it. Anton, they say it like you missing out. And most of the times they be done already put that whopper-doo wham on you. And the waka, waka, waka. Facts. And then they say, you don't want shit to do with my kids. You don't want to make it feel like you missing out. Make it feel like trying to guilt trip you, man. A lot of these dudes be guilt tripped.
How do you take that deal? I don't know how somebody takes that deal.
That Gawk 2000.
That is a bad deal. That is the worst deal. That is the worst. I'm gonna put myself at a disadvantage. And I've even heard of people of adopting those same kids, which means that you relinquish any financial responsibility to the biological parent. They've adopted those.
Yeah, and then she gonna be fucking that nigga too. So like after you done made yourself 100% responsible on your insurance and all of that, she gonna be tossing it up with Casey and JoJo over there who ain't taking care of their kids. More often true than not. Trust me. I deliver the mail to these motherfuckers. I see what be going on.
Children, which basically says they are mine. I don't see it. I just don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. But let's get the whole story. And I'm gonna rewind this because I want to get it in its entirety, and then we're gonna come back and break it down. All right. So I want to go all the way to the beginning, and then we're gonna get there.
7 years ago, I was single with no kids. And now I'm waking up super early to go on a surprise Starbucks run for my wife and all her kids. Thank you very much.
Why are you at Starbucks for some kids though? Surprise Starbucks run. That nigga should have a cape on. Make that nigga take care of your kids. Make that nigga call your kids his. Make that nigga get out there and work. Make that fool by you and do it in work.
Thank you. 7 years ago, my coffee used to only cost like $3, and now it costs about $45. $45 on a good day. But 7 years ago, I was single with no kids, and I had no major responsibilities. I was only responsible for myself. Now I'm married with.
That's kind of how I feel about my own kids. Imagine somebody. Well, no, I take care of a lot of motherfuckers' kids though, but not for no pussy. Not for no pussy. Juan-o is one of the last real street niggas left. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother other story. And I do it without trying to fuck on niggas' baby mamas. You know what I'm saying?
4 stepkids, and my wife and I had 1 kid together.
Duh, you dummy. She had to give you one, and I would get that one blood tested. Facts. I hate to say it like this, but a lot of dudes like this, they woman be tossing it up for Juan-o. So I'm like 88% sure this nigga's, getting cheated on. I'm dead ass. It's because of niggas like this, I can't be faithful because they women just be throwing the pussy at a nigga like me that can say no. They love it.
So I'm going to be very vulnerable with you right now. And I'm going to speak to all the step parents, step moms, step dads, and anybody who's just considering being with somebody who have kids and baby dads. You have to be mature. You have to think logically and understand that you have to take other people's perspective and put it into consideration. If she's co-parenting, you got to let her co-parent. If she needs to talk to her baby daddy in regards to a decision that needs to be made about their kid, you sit back and shut up.
Which basically confirms that the baby daddy will always have access and be tied to that woman basically for the rest of their lives.
Man, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a bean pie with you because some of these baby mamas got some good snappy nappy dugout. How you wrapped up in the sauce, like a tortilla shell, like a taco. Look, dig this here. If you fucking with one of these type of chicks and you like her kids, whatever, nigga, keep your own place in your own space. Period. Because please believe, as soon as you move in that house and you dealing with, because look, I ain't gonna put that part in the video, but this guy talks about when he first met her, the house was all dirty. He cleaned it up, went to the grocery store, cooked for him, and he's saying, giving her free time, make time for you and all this other shit. Nigga, now it's your job. And she still want to get out of that house with somebody, but you in the house. Then the real mathematics of the situation. That's all I'm saying. So if you're going to do that type of shit, keep your own place in your own space. You know what I'm saying?
Do not expect to be a part of a step family and think that you can run that family however it is you want.
pussy. How you gonna be somebody's man or a man and somebody else dictating how your house roll? And this is why, like, first of all, if you mess with a girl with kids, like, and it's an active father, you need to leave the kid situation alone. Like, nigga, you the football coach. You know what I'm saying? You the ride. You the number one soldier in these situations and circumstances, or you just be supplemental. But don't you dare even try, and that's disrespect within itself. I gotta get Super Simp some respect here on that he know not to get involved. Cause believe baby daddy still gonna be tagging that ass. That's why she had his kid.
You have to understand that you're entering a family where one of the parents has had to take care of the kids all by themselves, and for you to go in there and tell them what to do, you're mistaken. My 4'11"
So you're not the king of your own castle. Let's continue.
11-inch wife who had 4 children was afraid to let men around her kids.
But you around her kids playing stepdaddy. And then she got kids with more than one daddy. That don't sound like she was too afraid. This guy is simply whipped. She must got some good. Hey, you think you think that nigga getting pegged? Oh, she done pegged you, bro. It's over for this nigga.
Her oldest child at the time when I started dating her was 10 years old. So for 10 years, she's been taking care of kids. No man to tell her what to do, what to say, how to do things. It was all her. I couldn't enter that woman's life and say, I need you to discipline your kids this way. While I'm working, you need to clean the house and have dinner ready for me when I get home. I don't want you talking to the other kid's parent. Now, I'm going to tell you the secret and the mentality that you need to have when you're entering a step family. You 100% have to be humble all the time.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? Take your pride and throw it away. All you have to do is love that person and contribute on top of what they already have.
Okay, fellas. This is why dating is hard. Because simps like this exist. And this is why women are delusional. Because simps like this is on the internet telling you this how you need to live your life. But look at this man. He done already lost his hair. Look at his beard. He got one kid. This is bull. He don't even he got 5 kids and he riding in a car. No sunroof. That say a lot right there. And why the fuck are you drinking coffee? No disrespect to the coffee drinkers or nothing like that, but disrespecting the coffee drinkers. Why do you need coffee? I know there's people that need coffee, like my mom's, high anxiety. High. Even more higher than people that smoke cigarettes. Man, quit promoting this bullshit. You could have loved that girl and helped her with her kids without fucking up your life. And that's the bottom line of this situation. And you being a simp, bro, a real simp, you could probably be a millionaire. You could probably be running your own business. You could have leather seats and a sunroof at the very least, bro. Why would you give all that up to get the same pussy that you would have been getting anyway? Makes no sense. And you could help her and her kids more if you weren't obligated to that trash can that y'all live in. Because please believe this guy on the internet with the whole story about how it started. And I don't know why he went to step 3 and 4. I don't get it. I don't know why he took the rubber off either. That was crazy. Take it from me. You don't want to be baby daddy number 2. You don't want to do that. And I'm not even gonna go there. But you don't want to be baby daddy number 2. That's a feminine act. And you damn sure don't want to be baby daddy number 3 or 4, like this nigga. That's a whole nother level. Anyway, man, yo, love is out here, and just because somebody did this and that, don't mean you don't love them. But you ain't gotta necessarily flush yourself down the toilet with them either. And when you see people working on the road in the ground, when they down in the tunnel, you notice it's only one person down in that tunnel at a time. And when they get him out of that tunnel, they not leaning over there when they get him out of there. They basically support him as he climbs himself out. And when you find yourself in these relationships, women too, you find yourself in a relationship with a man like that, you support them as they climb themselves out. But if they ain't climbing themselves out, don't you be dumb enough to go down in that hole with them. We out. Oh, bitch, I got my other glove. I couldn't get it before the camera started. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm not going to exploit my man like that, but please believe he got other videos on the net that's crazy, man, about this situation. I don't know what to tell him. We out. That gotta be some good pussy. I gotta see what city they in, see if I hit that before.